And I'm on the go. Blowing them trees when I'm on the road. DJ spin it and they on the floor.
Gervonta Davis, Ryan Garcia fighting for Devin Haney's WBA, WBC titles. Fact or fiction? What's good, everybody? It's your boy Cardinal Red Sports. Let's talk about it. Alright, y'all. So, there have been some rumors going on that Devin Haney is going to drop 2 of his unified, undisputed titles before the Ryan Garcia, Gervonta Tank Davis fight. And the rumor is saying that Gervonta Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia will actually be fighting for those 2 titles. So, I just wanted to give my 2 cents on what's going on and if it's true, if it's fact, or if it's fiction. So, Devin Haney recently came out and he posted something on Twitter regarding the rumor about him dropping the titles. And he basically said that the rumor isn't true. He doesn't plan on dropping the titles for Gervonta Davis or Ryan Garcia. And it's kind of interesting because I don't understand why he would have done that anyway. The rumor says that he was dropping 2 of the titles to move up, which doesn't make sense because if he's going to move up, why does he only need to drop 2 of the titles? Wouldn't he be dropping all the titles? Because he has like 5 of them. I think he has 4 sanctioning body titles and a Ring Magazine title. So I don't understand why he would just drop 2 of them and keep the other 3. But, you know, that was the rumor that was floating around, and I don't know exactly who started the rumor. But, you know, this is the problem with boxing, and rumors can actually ruin fights. If you go back and watch what happened with the Terrence Crawford-Errol Spence situation, it actually started off a lot of rumors. You know, people were saying that the fight was already signed. People were saying that Terrence Crawford had signed his portion and Errol Spence was holding out. And then there was people saying that Errol Spence had signed his portion and Terrence Crawford was holding out. And then you got Blue Blood lying about stuff. So, you know, the problem is everybody wants views and everybody wants those clicks. And they're willing to say and do anything to achieve that. So, as a boxing fan, it's almost like it's up to you to decipher a lot of the information that's out there. You know, some people might not be doing it on purpose. Some people might truly have a source and they believe their source is a good source and their source is giving them information, but the information is completely, you know, irrelevant to the whole situation. So it's really up to you as a fan to either subscribe to better channels, you know, channels that have no narrative, you know, that kind of try to toe the line, you know, and keep it unbiased on both accords, and, you know, follow news sources that are actually giving you news and not propaganda and, you know, just another talking point, because you get situations like this. And Devin Haney apparently addressed whoever, you know, posted the initial post and put the initial news out there, and he definitely said that it was false. And he has no plans on dropping any titles. As a matter of fact, I think he's supposed to be trying to line up a fight with Vasyl Lomachenko, which would be very interesting. I still think Vasyl is a problem in the lightweight division. I think Vasyl has a lot of speed. He's real herky-jerky. He's got a lot of movement. You know, he's always going to be a problem for anybody. And Vasyl, I think, he still hasn't avenged that loss to Teofimo Lopez. So, you know, he could possibly come back and be a better fighter. He has been in the war, you know, that's been going on over there for the past, I think, year or so. So, you know, that could affect him. He could be a different fighter from that. You know, he might not be as good of a fighter anymore. So, there's a lot of what-ifs when it comes to Vasyl Lomachenko. But I think Vasyl's skill sets, you know, and his heart, and the fact that, man, you know, you got to have some big cojones, some big cojones to go to war, you know, and be a superstar or just a star in general and say, you know what, I'm going to go do what I got to do for my country and really be in the thick of it. So we can never say Vasil Lomachenko ain't no real one. He might not be a hood in, but he's a real one. I would give him a fighter's chance in any fight. I definitely think that would be a good fight. I probably would have Devin edging him out maybe by a half a point, because I think the boxing world and, the powers that be in the boxing world really like Devin Haney. And I think Vasil Lomachenko, he's last generation. And he's about to end up in that situation like Manny Pacquiao, to where they're trying to get you out of the way and use your name to place against younger fighters, and then they're going to get you out of the way. So I wouldn't be surprised if Devin Haney beat him, but I do think Vasil still has the skills to win that fight. But I would favor Devin Haney in that based off the powers that be and not boxing skill. Now, if Devin Haney does beat him and moves on, I would hope that he gives Gervonta Tank Davis his shot before he goes up, because he did say he would stick around 130, 135 until 2024. So that gives plenty of opportunities for at least 3 fights that he can make before he moves up in weight. So for anybody saying that Devin Haney is dropping those titles, listen, the news actually came out about 2 or 3 weeks ago that Devin Haney said he was sticking around to fight the best at 130, 135, and he wasn't leaving until 2024. So whoever spread that rumor must not have heard that 2 weeks ago. They must not have heard that news 2 weeks ago, and they just fibbing a little bit, or whatever, doing whatever for clickbait, all that good stuff. When it comes to Gervonta Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia, it's not for a title. I don't think that takes anything away from the fight. I think their talent levels, when it comes to, especially Gervonta, Ryan, I think his fan base really likes what he does. Whether they're Instagram followers or not, they follow Ryan, they interact with Ryan, they like how he trains and how he functions as a boxer. So I think a good portion of his fans are going to tune in, and I think Gervonta is going to bring a good portion of people in as well. They're talking about doing the fight out Vegas, which I think is wrong. Gervonta Davis is a superstar on the East Coast. They should be using that East Coast audience to, to bring in more dollar signs to that fight, more eyeballs. But if they take it out Vegas, it is what it is. I think that Ryan Garcia has a huge following out in California and El Paso, Texas, and Arizona, New Mexico. So maybe they feel like, since Ryan has the bigger audience, let's go to where his audience is mainly stationed, which is the West Coast, and try to play off of that audience and try to get more people into an arena than to do it on the East Coast, where most of Ryan's audience probably wouldn't show up. So I think they're trying to play off the Ryan audience when it comes to that fight, which I think is a good idea. They're going to sell a lot of tickets for that fight. I think if they did it on the East Coast, it would be a bigger Gervonta Davis crowd. They do it on the West Coast. Since Gervonta Davis is the A side, I guess that's him giving Ryan Garcia something in the negotiating process. At least give him the home field advantage, because everything else is going to be in your favor. Y'all let me know what y'all think about all that down in the comment section below. Hit that like button for me. Share. Subscribe. Holler at me on all social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter. More than likely get a response on the tube, so holler at me over there. If you want to collabo, hit my Gmail, flaccocards@gmail.com, and we are
Big E, big money, big play, big diamond, big wheels, big brain, big shine, big chain, big gold, big flow, big time.
Hey yo, take a hit of the weed and contemplate. Take a hit of the weed and contemplate how I'm about to make the whole city congregate. Where I'm from, constant hate is commonplace. See the look upon my face, my ganja's great. KD told me that he was down south and he heard about keys through word of mouth. Now that's the type of shit to let you know I'm on the grind. A lot of niggas like I bet he blow, it's about time. Be patient, I took a vacation and came back with something for the ones that was hating. You still see me blowed at the radio station, but if they don't play it, dog, ain't no complaining shit. I'm still knocking them, ain't no way you're stopping them. Chicks like cars, you with keys, you can hop in them. And you a true bitch, I stay off the brandy like you rich, trying to get a few
I got
chicks.
some niggas on my team, and my niggas is me. I got some bitches on my team, and my bitches is me. I got some niggas on the block, they ain't scared of the pop. I got some niggas in the hood, let me know what's good.
Big rim, big blocks, big Chevy, big